August the 7th, 2016. Guys, you're looking at an image of President Obama on Air Force One, or boarding Air Force One, and it's the article saying Obama's 2016 World Tour. Notice the article was written December 29, 2015 in preparation for this World Tour. Now, it's his last year, but what other chief of the world is it his last year? It's Ban Ki-moon, head of the United Nations. His term is up this December. Someone's going to fill that spot. Now, it's not a vote among all the nations on the UN Secretary General, but they have about a 15-person inside committee, super nation committee, and about 10 of those really have the power to vote. But in this article goes back to 2014, and it's important to realize that the New World Order doesn't do knee-jerk reactions. This has been planned for centuries. But it started back the first year. Nobel Peace Prize Committee gave Obama its award on speculation less than 9 months after his inauguration in 2009 to promote multilateral diplomacy, New World Order, and an emphasis on the role of the United Nations and other international institutions can play. Now the UN, acting similarly, can make him president of the world. Secretary General Ban Ki-moon's term expires in early 2017. It's actually in December this year, I think. If Obama were his successor, the U.S., even under a Republican administration, might not veto an ex-U.S. president in the Secretary Council. Remember, this is not a multinational vote. Now, Kuwaiti media, this year in 2016, they came out with an article called Obama to Seek UN Secretary Generalship. Now, at the very end of this, I'm going to play a short video of Obama speaking before the United Nations. And things that are happening right now, guys, are leading to a tribulation like you've never seen before. But Al Jazeera, an Arabic language Kuwaiti magazine, published an article on Friday claiming that U.S. President Barack Obama has set his sights on becoming the next Secretary General of the UN when he leaves the Oval Office in 1 year. If true, and if he succeeds in his endeavor, Obama would be replacing the present Secretary General, again Ban Ki-moon, who is serving his second 5-year term in the position. Moon's Secretary General is set in December 31st, 2016, coincidentally 21 days before Obama's term runs out. The article also claimed that upon hearing of Obama's plans, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to counter his campaign. They quoted Netanyahu in saying 8 years of Obama's judgments and marginalizing Israel was not enough. Now he wants to be in a position to cause us trouble in the international forum. Now, a couple of things you noticed about President Trump. He said that we're completely out of balance on who pays what in the United Nations. And just bear with me here, and he's correct. You notice that in this $8.27 billion budget for up to 2015 through June 2016, is 28% is paid by the United States. Japan is second, France is third, Germany is close at fourth, UN right there in that area with China. Then it starts dropping off to where Spain, Canada, and Russia. And it's got to do with populace and per capita income, things like that. But what we've never had a president, or we've never had a U.S. citizen in the Secretary General of the United Nations, not since back in 1945, I think, in that area. But it says at the bottom, although the payment of peacekeeping assessments is mandatory as of June 2015 30th, member states owed approximately $1.6 billion in current and back peacekeeping dues. And that's exactly what Trump said. But it's our taxpayer dollars, so pay attention to that 28%. Now, you're going to think I'm bouncing around, but I'm tying this together. This has been going on also, and it's very important. It's key to it working for the New World Order. It's called the Strong Cities Network, and Loretta Lynch is behind it big time. But these cities They're called vital partners in international efforts to build social cohesion and resilience to violent extremism. These are not U.S. or Canada cities, although this article was when Montreal, I think, joined. But this is world cities. This is the network, the spider web, the major cities that will turn into the New World Order. But the cities are vital, again, in the international effort to build social cohesion and resilience to violent extremism. What is the violent extremism? It would be revolt against a corrupt government. That's what would end up doing it. It happens time after time through the history of the world. Local communities and authorities are the most credible and persuasive voices to challenge violent extremism in all its forms and manifestations in their local context. Guys, that in all its forms and manifestations is in the Albert Pike letter. While many cities and local authorities are developing innovative responses to address this challenge, no systematic efforts are in place to share experiences, pool resources, and build a community of cities to inspire local action on a global scale, a new world order tied together with the cities. That's why they don't want the wall. That's why they have the mass immigration problems in Europe right now. But it's, again, this extremism in all its forms by fostering, they're going to try to fight it by fostering collaboration among cities, municipalities, and other subnational authorities to counter violent extremism. That's what the whole thing is about. Guys, where's the violent extremism coming from in this country? Lately, it's been from migrants. Think about that. And that's all they're talking about with strong cities, not build jobs, not create opportunities, but to bring down the New World Order. Now, this is Mayor Stan Berger Roslin of Oslo, while commenting on their participation in this Strong Cities network. He says, to counter violent extremism, we need to determine actions at all levels of governance. To succeed, we must coordinate our efforts and cooperate across borders. At that top line, he says we need to determine actions at all levels of government. That means to take control of all levels, from city police to the military. The Strong Cities Network will enable cities across the globe to pool our resources, knowledge, and best practices together, and thus leave us standing stronger in the fight against one of the greatest threats to modern society. To them, to the elite, it is